It's time for Foodie Friday with Diana and Paul Peacock. Good home cooking to suit everyone's pocket. Today we are making pulled pork.
Pulled pork, yes. And it's probably one of the easiest things you can make.
It smells gorgeous.
Well, all you need is a 1.2, 1.3 kilo joint of shoulder of pork.
Okay.
And
they're usually quite cheap. And
they are usually.
They're also very roughly done, but it doesn't matter,
yeah,
does it?
You can get them from the market, quite
pulled,
good. That's it. You're going to cut the fat off.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do it in the slow cooker.
Okay.
And it's Chinese style barbecue pulled pork.
Can't wait.
Now all you do is, first of all, once you've got rid of your fat on your meat, right, just put it to one side, let it come to room temperature.
Can you use that for sausages, the fat?
I suppose you could,
cool.
Yes, yeah. And then in a saucepan, pour a 500 gram pack of passata, 3 cloves of garlic, nicely chopped up, a teaspoon of five spice, you know, the Chinese ground spice, half a teaspoon of mustard powder, half a teaspoon of white pepper. Chinese food often uses white pepper rather than black pepper. It's delicious. And then 3 tablespoons each, which is nice and easy to remember, soy sauce, oyster sauce, balsamic vinegar, and 3 tablespoons of brown sugar.
So you can get everything from an ordinary supermarket, can't you?
You can now, yeah. Now, those go in a pan.
Okay.
And then we just bring that to the boil. Slowly, on a medium heat, not a high heat, because remember, passata's quite thick. And then, I mean, this has been on a while now anyway, so then all you do is let that simmer gently.
Okay.
And then in another pan is to sear your joint of pork on quite a high light,
all
so
the
you
outside edges of the
get it done all over, and then pop that into your slow cooker, which has been heating up.
Right.
I always put mine on high heat.
Words,
yeah. So
because you'd be wasting time warming it over.
That's right. So once that's all seared all over, it doesn't take long, just a few minutes. And now pour over all your sauce and get that in, and then put the lid on.
And leave it.
And then leave that for 5 to 6 hours. And that's your pulled pork. And then what happens?
What we're going to have with it?
Well, just a moment. Once it's done, you lift the meat out.
Yeah.
Like, turn your slow cooker down to warm. Pull your pork like you do with your fork, because it'll fall apart into the thick strands that you make. Then there's many things you can do with that. You can have it hot like that with some boiled rice, on hot buns, like with some of the sauce over, delicious. Or it can be served cold with in wraps, like you would in those little pancakes with Chinese style duck and hoisin sauce. Use the pork instead. It's much cheaper than a duck and serves more people.
Yes.
So if you're doing a buffet party, that's a particularly good idea, because it's just as delicious, this. But you don't need the hoisin sauce because you've got your barbecue sauce from your slow cooker.
And it's also got all of the flavours of the pork.
All the flavours of the pork in it as well.
Melded into the
That's
sauce.
right. So it's a really easy, and now I can just forget about that. And we're going to have it with bread.
Okay.
And salad, and we're going to make hot sandwiches with it.
Hot sandwiches. Couldn't you also have it with something like bulgur wheat couscous?
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying before, and that is another easy thing to do, because your couscous cooks in no time and cooks itself. You just literally pour water on it. I use boiling water, but it'll tell you on your pack how much quantity to use. It's something like, for every 100 grams of couscous, I think it's 150 mils of water. Okay. But that's your pack.
It's a bit like rice in a way for that.
It is, yeah. But in a separate pan, while that's cooking, it only simmers in about 4 minutes, and then you just leave it in the pan.
Forget about it.
Away from the heat. Fry a small red onion with a garlic clove and a red pepper, chopped up really nice and finely. A small courgette chopped up, and if you just fry those lightly together with a bit of parsley and lemon juice, and then mix that in with your couscous,
that'd be gorgeous.
It's really nice, and a bit more lemon juice over the top of your couscous, and serve that with your pulled pork.
It tends to go with lemon juice more than rice.
It does. Well, a very simple recipe with that is literally lemon juice and parsley.
Right. We hope you enjoyed our recipe as much as I enjoyed eating it. To get the full recipe, you can visit www.penny-watcher.com and click on Radio Recipes.